we always seem to forget about these guys. The gritty guys, the heartbeat of the offense, the safety blankets, the tight end position. Today I want to go through my top 20 to finish off these rankings that you've seen on this new channel. Which reminds me, if you enjoy, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. But getting into the list here, there's not a lot of changes from the last time you guys have seen my tight end list. Here, I want to say this, view these guys in tiers of 5. So 16 through 20, all these guys are in the same tier of fantasy tight end in my eyes. But Hunter Henry, Luke Musgrave, Dalton Schultz, Cole Kmet, and Ja'Tavion Sanders. From 17 through 20, all of those guys are going to be the, again, safety blankets in their offense. But there is also a decent amount of talent in those offenses around those tight ends. The only reason Ja'Tavion Sanders is higher than those guys is because his potential might be higher. Of course, Bryce Young had a rough rookie season, but what he needs is talented playmakers that can catch a 2-yard pass and take it far down the field, right? Keep this offense moving even when this offensive line can't hold up for more than a couple seconds. Ja'Tavion Sanders, I think, can have a similar season to what David Njoku did for that Browns offense with Joe Flacco at the helm last year. This is a guy that is going pretty much undrafted in most leagues, but he could end up as a top 10 tight end. To me, again, talented rookie out of Texas. Hook 'em horns for you Texas fans out there, but Ja'Tavion Sanders, love the upside. 11 through 15, Jake Ferguson is climbing up my ranks, but outside of that, Freiermuth, of course, Brock Bowers drops a couple spots, Dallas Goedert, and Chigoziem Okonkwo. From 11 through 20, all of these guys, maybe outside of Ferguson, are going to be guys that are spot starts on a weekly basis, depending on their matchup situations, just because that's how the tight end position seems to work. It's not the most depth-ridden position. It is a position where you have to find the hot guys on a weekly basis and hope that they can continue their streaks. But that is 11 through 15. If you want a deeper analysis, let me know in the comments. But I will say, so far, Jake Ferguson is so far above 12 through 20. But getting into the top 10, the questionable one here is definitely TJ Hockenson because of the fact that his quarterback situation is not great, whether if it's Sam Darnold or whether if it's JJ McCarthy. But my rebuttal to that is going to be that he's going to be this safety blanket next to Jay Jettas in this offense. There's not, of course, Aaron Jones might be a receiving threat that could take production away. The same can be said about Jordan Addison. But if anything, I see those guys taking a step back in production where this offense is going to really just focus on their top 2 guys in Jay Jettas and TJ Hockenson. Hockenson, even though he has a lesser quarterback, should get just about the same production on a weekly basis. Again, he was the tight end 1 on a per game basis last season, so I still have him in my top 10. But Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Mr. Consistent guys, they're going to be top 10 tight ends on a yearly basis. Am I underrating them both? Potentially. I could easily be underrating the both of them, but you know what you're getting from those 2 guys. What you don't know what you're getting is from David Njoku and Kyle Pitts. Questionable guys, but their upside is high as far as their situations. But how good is that connection going to be with the quarterback to both of these talented young tight ends? That's the biggest question what holds them back. Moving into the top 5, the top 4 remain the same, and that, of course, these guys are going to be the top 4 the entire off season. Now, number 5 is a bit of a shock, but I'm higher on Evan Ingram than the majority of the analysts out there. Evan Ingram, of course, is the go-to target in this offense. I know they added Gabe Davis. I know they drafted Brian Thomas Jr., and, of course, they still have Christian Kirk, who I love as far as a player. But Evan Ingram is going to be the go-to target in this offense for Trevor Lawrence in a bounce-back season. They're going to have to protect the football more so than ever, and the safest way to do that is to get the ball to your athletic, big-body tight end who can make magic happen once he has the ball in his hands. So that remains to be the top 5, and surprisingly, that's all there is to the video. So let me know down in the comments what you would do. Who's too high? Who is too low? And I'll respond to you guys as quickly as I possibly can. But of course, I'll go through my top 20 one more time for you guys. Here's 16 through 20. Here is 11 through 15. 6 through 10. Top 5. You guys see it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And this is the new channel, so if you enjoy, of course, support us down below.